So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had the chance to grab a quick cup of coffee and feeling suitably refreshed for our next guest. I'm going to be inviting onto the stage Sarah Wood, the co-founder and chief operating officer of Unruly, for the next part of our bite-sized insights. And this one is entitled The Evolution of Brand Content and the Sharing Economy.
Hi everyone, great to be here. That music is quite sinister. I felt like a James Bond villain coming onto the stage. Let me just tell you a little bit about Unruly. We were founded in 2006. 3 founders, founded in Shoreditch. There's 150 of us now with 12 offices worldwide. We get videos watched, tracked and shared for top brands and their agencies. If you've ever seen any roller skating babies or any moonwalking ponies, any singing kitties or any body popping chickens, that's our technology that's powering the viral spread. So we don't make the videos, our technology makes them famous. Why Unruly? People say, well, what a name. And it is a name that gets us into trouble when we go into the United States. Every time they stop us, every time they say, Unruly? Are we really going to let you in? Why Unruly? Because back in 2006, the web was changing. It was moving from being an information highway to being a two-way conversation. It was becoming a lot more social, and the whole landscape was becoming unruly. And our technology there was extremely disruptive. What we were able to do was to collect all the data on who was watching video, who was sharing video, where they were sharing video. And over the last couple of years, we've built out our database to be able to say why they're sharing video, and use that to help brands really kind of harness the social revolution that was going on. Our mission, deliver the most awesome social video campaigns on the planet. What is social video? It's shareable video, in sum. It's video that's designed to be shared and talked about. Why do brands care about shares? Well, shares are the gold standard of social. The share is to the social economy what the hyperlink was to the search economy. It's an authentic measure of engagement. Not like a view. You can buy views. They're not even that expensive. You can buy 1 million views, 5 million views, but a share is about engagement, endorsement, advocacy, and that's a very powerful measure. You can see the massive increase in sharing, and it's not just kids in their bedrooms, it's not just movie studios. Consumers don't care who's producing the content as long as it's awesome. If it's lame, you've had it. Doesn't matter who you are. Being lame is the worst crime on the internet, the worst crime in video. As long as your content is awesome, people are prepared to share it. 1/3 of all video views now are from brands, and we see lots of brands really taking the opportunity of this massive explosion in sharing activity to reach new audiences. And it's not just about reaching new audiences, it's about activity further down the funnel. So it's activating the whole purchase funnel is what you can do with video. So what we find is when we run studies that 1/3 of people who watch one of our videos talk to someone about it. And remember, offline word of mouth is far greater still than online word of mouth. That's just the small piece at the top that we can track. Homepage visits, 24%. 18% of people go on to search online. Purchase, 9% of people will go on and purchase an item within 3 days of having seen it. So if the content is right and the targeting is right, then video can have huge impact. So what does success look like here? We all can think of amazing videos that we've seen, Gangnam Style being one of the most viewed ones ever. Let's take a look at a campaign we did last year. I wasn't joking about the body popping chickens. This is a campaign we did last year for Mercedes-Benz. We activated across 5 markets. We were the only digital partner, and this is what the video looked like. So how does this happen? I guess the first thing to say is it doesn't happen by accident. There's a myth that you just create a viral and it just happens. And you post it to your friends and your friends post it with their friends and the next thing you know, you've got a huge success. It's not quite as straightforward as that. To get this kind of success, and this is the most successful German ad of last year, the most shared auto ad of last year, there are many elements that are involved. And I just want to share some of them today to give you a sense of the technology that goes into this kind of success. So the first thing is the smart brands are predicting shareability and testing for shareability in advance. So we work with 2/3 of brands, the top brands, global brands, and they use our technology, our algorithm, to be able to evaluate why their videos are going to be shared. And there's all kinds of variables, over 100 that we believe are significant. Basic emotions, primal responses, cognitive responses, schema disruptions, social motivations, memorability, enjoyability. All kinds of things, but essentially there are two things to remember. The first thing is create an intense emotional connection. And we're looking for laugh out loud funny, hairs on the back of your neck standing up, tears rolling down your cheeks. The physiological response is a measure that you've got it right. And then secondly, it's not enough to make someone feel something, give them a reason to share it. Whether it's social utility, whether it's kudos, being the first one to see it, whether it's reasserting your place in the tribe, whether it's altruism. These are some of the powerful social motivations that get human beings who are hardwired to be social sharing video content. Use the player as the campaign catalyst. Use the technology that's available. Brands now don't kind of post and pray. They don't just take their bit of content, pop it onto YouTube and hope for the best. 0.06% of the videos on YouTube get more than 1 million views. So there's a tiny, tiny fraction that are succeeding. The ones that are succeeding are using all the technology at their disposal. So in the player, you can add coupons, download coupons, buy now coupons, store locators, all the various different widgets, the sharing widgets. There's so much you can do with the player. And then when it comes to targeting, of course, programmatic targeting that's available, you can reach just the right audience. So distribution is key, smart distribution strategy. One of the things that we see is some brands, they'll create amazing content and then forget that they need to distribute it. So when we distribute, we're distributing in page, and these are, you can see the chicken ad here in sponsored posts. There it is. And we also have in-stream placements. This is called skippable pre-roll, so it's within the video player. And then our in-feed placements, and these are perfect for mobile. So this is where the content is, the ads are displayed as content. Because if you're creating ads that are really awesome and are great content, then it makes sense to display them within the content stream. This is why content quality is key and distribution mechanism is also key, especially because we're all banner blind now. You know, no one's looking at the ads, people are reading the content. And there's lots of competition. All your friends, your family, tweeting about new babies, posting about their status updates. So it's key to be in that feed with relevant content that people want to watch. So we're activating outside of YouTube. Quarter of views taking place on YouTube. The rest of the web, the rest of the World Wide Web is huge. And that's where we're activating as well. Brands that want to reach their whole audience are looking beyond YouTube to all these sites, cult sites, small sites, niche passion blogs, where the sharing is actually taking place, where the conversations are taking place. So our key tips are don't post and pray. Do target super sharers to slow viral decay. This is one of the fun things we can do with our tech because we've got the largest database of video sharing activity. We know who the super sharers are. This is the 20% of people that drive the 80% of the shares. So we can make sure we're targeting them with your videos so they're actually going to be spreading it. And then using paid media for repeatable scaled success. If you're a brand, you can't take chances. You want success within that 2-week time frame. With the same time that your product is launching, that's when you want the success. You don't want to leave it to chance. And what's kind of frightening and surprising to some people is how fast social success happens now. So this is the social diffusion curve. So we've mapped just the successful videos, and you can see how quickly they get shared. So this is 2013. 10% of shares occur on day 2. A quarter of all shares had happened by the end of day 3. 2014, it's moving even faster, massive acceleration in terms of social. So now we're seeing 18% of shares occurring on day 2, and almost half of all shares have happened on the 3rd day. So if you've not distributed and got your video out there, made it shareable, ubiquitous, discoverable on day 1, you're screwed, because you're not going to get this big viral peak that you need. And Magic Body Control, when we distributed this, exactly the same kind of formula, distributed fast, we went hard, we went large on it, very early stage, and made sure that we maximized shares. Really interestingly, though, so this video had something which not many videos have, and that's a double viral peak. Viral peaks tend to be one viral peak, and away they go, and you don't see them again. There are exceptions. So Halloween videos will often trend every Halloween. Christmas videos will trend every Christmas. Geico's Hump Day ad, which is about Wednesdays, trends every Wednesday. And we saw that with this ad, with the Mercedes ad. There was another peak about 3 months later as Jaguar did a parody. And you know your ad is successful when one of your competitors parodies it. And we're just going to watch this parody now because it's lots of fun.
See? It's just like a Mercedes. Huh?
It's great, isn't it? Now, the irony is cats don't always win on the internet. And although that video was clearly hilarious and had you all laughing, what it delivered was a massive spike in views and shares for its competitor, for the original ad. So its own spike, it ended up delivering about 3 million views and delivered more views than that on its competitor video in the weeks that followed. So there's a question mark over the value of that virality. And that's something as an industry that we're always pushing at and looking at now. The valuable virality, it's not just about the views, it's about the effect on brand metrics and the effect on business metrics. But it's true to say that video has a great place when it comes to being a disruptive technology that can be used to drive sales and drive purchase consideration with consumers across the globe. So that's it. Thank you.